Hello and welcome. My email open rate has gone down over the past 9 months or so. I'm trying to analyze why. My email list is growing pretty well, up to 200 new subscribers per month, but the open rate is hovering around 15 to 20%. In the past, it was around 30%. Could this be due to the growth of the list? Does that make sense? Are people just overwhelmed and have too much emails? Are my subject lines bad? How do I figure this out? Okay, so we're going to backtrack really quick. So if you are looking at your email open rate and it has gone down and you're like, whoa, what's happening? Oh my gosh. First off, you're not alone. That's okay. Earlier in the year, again, there was the iOS update and it did throw everyone's open rates and everything for a loop. I would not panic about open rates. If you see an open rate and you're used to getting like a 20% open rate and you see a 4% open rate after 8 hours, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. I gotta get red flags. Like, that's a red flag to me. However, 15% and you're used to seeing 20%, that's not terrible. And again, this is another big thing we have to remember. People are busy. As we're getting into the summer months, people are busier. We're running around, we're outside, we're not necessarily attached to our phones with our emails and everything like that, like we had been in the colder months or whatever it is. Things go in cycles throughout the year. Maybe if it's the beginning of the school year, people are crazy busy. If it's Christmas break, people are crazy busy. There's just cycles of like, where it's going to be more busy than others. And it just happens. Oh wait, a radio host I follow calls it schmovid. See, yeah, the vid is what I'd heard it called. I'm like, I like that. But that is still something that people are like, in the early pandemic, people were exhausted. They were sick of getting emails. They were sick of communicating via email after about a month. Or probably less, honestly. We're like, I want real people. And so people, yeah, they got email fatigue. They got Zoom fatigue. They got whatever it was kind of fatigue. And so, yeah, people saw their email rates drop at that point in time. And then when things started to open back up, then the open rates opened or went up as well. So see how everything kind of comes in cycles. It ebbs and flows. So do I think that you should worry and stress out? No. However, are there a few things that you can do to test to make sure that your emails are going to be having their best shot of getting into your inbox? Okay. I'm going to post this in the comments. It's called mailtester.com, but it's mail-tester.com tester.com. This will test the spamminess of your emails. This is a fantastic barometer to help you understand if there are red flags inside of your emails that you did not know. For example, with Mail Tester, I did not know that using the word money or the phrase money back guarantee was a red flag. That was instantly sending my emails to the promos tab. That was not getting people to see my emails. It was getting sent right over there. And sometimes it was getting sent into the spam folder. And didn't want that. So what do people do to change that wording to avoid those kinds of hiccups happening? How do we change that? Well, instead of a 30-day money back guarantee, happiness guarantee. Throw in some extra words between money back. So if you're saying, there's a 100% money back guarantee, that's going to be a red flag, right? Red flag in with those emails. If saying money back guarantee gets you sent to spam, how can we do this? So get all of your money back or money returned to you. So we're going to kind of make it different, make it a little bit, change up the words if you really want to, or completely skip it all together. If there's a phrase that is getting you knocked or like marked as spam, avoid it. If you want to keep it in there, you're going to have to work a little bit harder. Again, money back guarantee to happiness guarantee is a really good way to do it. Excuse me. So there's that. So if you are worried about like if your email is going to get sent to spam, Mail Tester is going to help you figure out if that is going to be the case or not. You are limited to 3 mail tests per day, which is more than plenty. So there's that. Next, I'm going to share with you guys is the co-scheduler. There we go. This is CoScheduler Headline Analyzer. This is for subject lines. And something that I have kind of been experimenting with has been the clear versus clever subject lines. I like to make my subject lines fun and entertaining and like enough of a hook to make you want to read more. So sometimes my favorite formula for subject lines, pro tip, is to take 3 different random things from inside of your email and put it in your subject line. So I have had one that was like, oh gosh, what was it? It was like tacos, my grandma, and a school bus. And like that was the subject line. They get really great open rates. It like the things that don't make sense, people want to know more about. But there's also the side that needs to be clear. There are some subject lines where you do want to be super clear. If you have a flash sale that's going on and it ends tonight, you want to say sale ends tonight. Might that get sent to spam and promos? Yeah, it might. But the people who are really there, ready to buy, and are like, oh my gosh, I do need this, are going to make sure that they open that email and take an action from it. So if you are feeling like your subject lines are lacking, check out CoScheduler, see if the headline analyzer helps you and kind of can make things a little bit more exciting when it comes to your subject lines. But I don't often think that that's necessarily the case. And this is something that I learned from Liz Wilcox, actually, was that when it comes to subject lines, people are really there for you. You could say whatever you want in the subject line, but you want them to see your name and be like, nobody talk to me. I got an email from Julie. I'm going to go read the email. Like, I got to read this. Stop everything. I got to read this. I'm not looking at the subject line. Like when Kate Doster sends an email, I'm not looking at the subject line. I see her name pop up in my inbox and I open that. I open it and I read it. Same thing with Liz Wilcox. She sends an email, I open it and I read it. There are very few times where I don't see an email from them and go, oh my gosh, everything has to stop, and I read it. I've not once, but like I do not recall ever actually reading their subject lines. Not because I don't think that they're awesome, but because that's not what hooks me. That's not what gives me that like, oh my gosh, like I need to do this. It's seeing their name. It's that relationship that they've built with me from their email list. It's knowing that every single one of their emails is going to have some kind of a nugget of gold inside of it. So that's why I open their emails. It's not because of the subject line. It's not because the email passed the what is it called? The spam checker from Mail Tester. It's because I see their name and I'm excited. They've taken that time to build that connection. So sometimes if you're seeing your open rates dropping, sometimes you have to kind of do a little experiment. Sometimes what I do, if I start to see open rates dropping, or if I see like, oh, hang on, we're fuzzy. Let's see, is it going to fix? No. If I start to see, not open rates dropping necessarily, but if I start to see like, I know that I have a launch that's coming up. I need people to be primed and ready to open up all of my emails. So what am I going to do? I'm going to send them emails that have a lot of things that they can click on and that provide a lot of value. I'm going to get them used to opening up all of my emails so that when it actually comes time to selling to them, they'll be prepared. They'll be ready to buy. They'll be right there, card in hand, ready to buy because they're looking for my name in their inbox because they positively associated my name with them getting awesome things in their inbox. That's what we want to have happen. We want to have people have that kind of an experience, and we want to have them looking for our names. So sometimes that is what it takes to get people like re-engaged with your emails, is to look at your emails. Are you sending emails that are providing value? Are they entertaining? Are they helpful? Are they pointing people back to your blog? Are they pointing people back to a YouTube video, an Instagram post, whatever it is? Are they actually doing things that you want them to do inside of your emails? Are they taking an action? Or are they just clicking your email to say read so that it's not in their inbox anymore? We don't want that to happen. We want people to be excited. And that comes back to what we're actually doing inside of the email, and not necessarily some like magical perfect formula of like the perfect subject line or the perfect way to say money back guarantee without getting it caught in a spam filter. So there it is, guys. That's how you work on your open rates. And really, honestly, if you're still looking at your open rates and like panicking a little bit, do not. Because again, we've talked about this in the past, and I will say it again. It's worth remembering that there are people who have it set to open your email, but if you're not loading the pictures, it will show up as not opened. It will show up as it got delivered, but they didn't open it. They didn't read it. They very well may have. But if the email itself did not load all of the images onto their phone or wherever, onto their computer, whatever it is, it's going to say they didn't open it when they really did. Same thing with the iOS update. I'm not a tech person, but I do know that it has messed up a lot of things because of like the privacy thing, right? So if people are doing, because I know that that's the topic of the iOS update is all about privacy, which is fine. Totally here for the privacy. But it does mess up my metrics. It just does. So take it with a grain of salt. Know your open rates well enough that if you see like a red flag for you, that red flag could be, if it's anything less than 15%, that's a red flag. If it's anything less than 20%, that's a red flag. Whatever you want it to be. But I say anything less than 10% is definitely a red flag, especially after like a period of time has elapsed. So that's really all that it comes down to when it comes to email. Don't take it too seriously. Definitely don't take it personally, and see what you can do to make your emails more engaging for your people so that they can take more action and then be more excited to open your emails. That's another thing that can help. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day. Don't forget, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.